And so we associate suffering, we associate difficulties with God not being on our side. And we associate comfort, luxury, and all those kinds of things with God being on our side. Look what the Lord. But Christ's opening words to both churches are deeply pastoral. He says, I know. I know. What does he know? I know the environment that you are in. It is not very conducive. I know your limitations and weaknesses. I know the pressures that are coming upon you. In other words, heaven does not misunderstand suffering believers, nor does it confuse hardships and failures as being away or not being close to God. The presence of suffering is not evidence of spiritual compromise. In some cases, actually, it is evidence of spiritual fidelity. Job is the one unique individual in scriptures whose righteousness God openly boasted about. The Bible tells us in Job chapter 1 verse 8, then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? And listen to what he says. There is no one on earth, not in Machakos, in the whole earth, there is no one on earth like him. What about him? This is what he says. He is blameless and upright. A man who fears God and shuns evil. So God is not speaking about his resources, which he did have. God is not talking about his children, who are very good. God is not talking, but God is saying, I have no one on earth like him, who is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. In other words, God knew Job's righteousness, yet exposed Job to the most devastating suffering that any human being has ever had. History has no record of anyone who suffered the way Job did. Righteousness, suffering in our time don't go to. If you are righteous, we should see you progressing. This refrain is essential for every believer, because without it, suffering then becomes discouraging. But with it, suffering becomes dignified.